Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome to the 1.4 release video from my app, Second Thought. If you're new here, Second Thought is a voice-driven thinking tool that helps you capture, organize, and process your ideas. The way that it's intended to work is that, like, you start by recording your raw thoughts, and the app transcribes them into text. Over time, you start building this personal data set of your ideas that are all tied around different projects. Then, when you need to make a decision or step into a meeting or prepare for a situation where that project would come up, you would come to the app and be able to pull insights from everything that you've recorded so that you're walking into that situation in the right mindset. I want to go over the design changes first, so that as I'm like doing the demo, it doesn't like look really weird. I struggle a lot with how to design this app, mainly because it's text based, right? So a lot of the apps that I interact with in the world right now are all photo based. Like that's the content, which makes sense because, photos worth 1,000 words. It's like really easy to navigate that without having to think. But like second thought is inherently, I'm giving you these insights in the form of text. So how do you balance between like too much information density where maybe it's like too much text so your brain goes from like reading and understanding into like skimming mode, and not enough information where I'm not presenting even any of the data that you need. So the way that I did the redesign is the user is going to have their eyes go from top down, and I want on the homepage for there to be like these little speed bumps where their eyes catch on things. So the two things I wanted to catch on is their favorite projects as well as like their areas. So for the favorited projects, I made it this card carousel, which I think gives a nice little bit of texture as well as just like differentiation on the homepage. And it presents, all their favorite projects so they can just jump to the one they use most often. But then also I've separated the areas into non like it used to be these collapsibles, but now it just goes to its own page, which presents all the information as like, normal row. Something you'll notice is it's a little bit more emoji heavy, because I do think that visual appeal does kind of add a little spice. Now, when you create a project or you create an area, I'm just gonna generate like use AI to understand the context of maybe like what you're trying to make. And then assign an emoji and a description to it. It might not be perfect right now. Like for me, some of the project names are like a little bit, or like this one's really good, facilitate effective communication and feedback. Um, but 1.4 release is like about coordinating the deployment, but really what it's about is me taking notes on like practicing this presentation. So work in progress. Yeah, that's it for the design changes. Now I want to go over the two new features in the 1.4 release. So the first feature that I want to go over is custom output types for your insights. So what that looks like is when you go to create an insight, um, you're going to have this new selection for generated type. So you'll have summary, list, and sections. What that's going to do is when you generate insights, you'll have these three ways to present that information. It'll be the sections, which has this title and then little description blurb, a list, which is just like flat out bullet points, and then summary, which is just flat out a text-based paragraph situation. The reason I did this was I felt not I want insights to be customizable, and not every insight makes sense to just be like these sections, which is what it was previously, or all bullet points. Sometimes I just want a flat out executive summary that I can read. So that is the idea behind that. The second update that I'm coming out with today is a refactor on how users create prompts. How that's going to work is when a user goes to create a prompt, like for their new insight, right? Uh, what they're going to do now is just explain what their intention is, based on what they want. So, for example, I want to know what I've been eating in the last 3 days, right? I'm going to submit that. And what it's going to do is it's going to take my user intention and then ask AI to, with the context of my other prompts and the project and my recording, to try to better understand what it is that I'm really saying and maybe what I want, and then structure it in a way that's like prompt engineered. So the prompt in this example, you are a personal assistant helping the user recall their recent meals, use any available information to reconstruct a list of what the user has eaten in the last 3 days, blah, blah, blah. So the idea behind this while it's processing is prompts are so important to how this app is going to generate value for the user. Um, but making prompts is really difficult. Not everybody knows how to write the best prompt because I think it's still such a new and emerging technology. And the prompt is going to create information that is going to be so specific to the way we present information in the app that really what I need from the user isn't to write the prompt themselves. What I need is tell me what it is that you want the insight to be, or what information do you want the AI to help you generate. Then I'm going to put that into a very structured format that will create data that is like tailored to my app. So then as you're navigating and like looking at things, it's not like too much text where, you go into skim mode, but it's not like sparse or presented or the grammar's weird. Yeah, that's the idea. Cool. Thank you. That's it for the 1.4 release. That's all the features. Just thank you so much, as always, for your support and beta testing and everything. And I hope to see you in the next video.